Welcome back to our Brindavan modeling program. Now this is our 7th session, and in this session, before we continue with our modeling, we are going to explore the next tool, the Bevel tool. I will come over to the outliner here, and in scene selection I will right click and create a new collection. I will name this collection as Brindavan, and I will select this main structure. With shift press select reference image, and I will press the keyboard shortcut M, and if I choose Brindavan, then you can see both of this has moved into the collection Brindavan. And right now I will click this tick mark and I will switch off this Brindavan collection temporarily. I will come back to the main collection now, and here in the main collection now I will come over to the scene, I will press shift A and I will add a cube. Now let us explore how Bevel works. So to begin with, I will press tab, come into edit mode, and now I will choose the Bevel mode. With Bevel mode pressed, as soon as I pull it, see what happens. You can see the beveling happening on all the edges. And as soon as I drag and leave it, you have this bevel menu where you can fine tune your bevel. Basically, beveling can be done on edges or vertices. So I have kept it as edges, and I can control the width here. Say for example, I will choose a width of around 0.4 here, and then this segment can be made smooth by increasing the segment. See, if I use around 5 segments, this appears as a smooth surface. And now if I just click somewhere outside, and if I press tab and come out to the regular view, see, this cube is now converted into something like a dais. I will right click and choose shade smooth. See, this is how bevel works. So right now I will select this cube, I will press G, X and 10 and move it along the X axis by 10 units. Now again I will press shift A, and I am going to add one more cube, and this time for this cube I will press tab, come into edit mode, I will come into the bevel mode, I will drag the bevel, and this time in the option here I will choose vertices, and choosing the vertices, when I change this width, see, if I set the width to approximately 1, then see, you get a peculiar shape like this, something like a rhombus. Okay. So this is the shape we were able to achieve using bevel. I will press tab and come back to the regular view, and for this I will press G, Y and 10, so that it is placed 10 points away along the Y axis. Again I will again press shift A, and this time I am going to add one more cube, and for this cube again press tab and come into the bevel mode, and in bevel mode the keyboard shortcut for bevel is, say for example, I am in the selection mode. If you want to apply bevel, if you press Ctrl plus B, the bevel operation will start. And when you are beveling, if I roll the mouse, see, the segments will increase. If I roll it back, the segments will decrease. And also here, when you are beveling, if you press V, the bevel will change to vertex mode. See, it is moving in the vertex mode. If I press V again, it will change into the edge mode. So these are the keyboard shortcuts that we normally use. Now I can now select this, and I will press V, and I can drag this, and I can create a different kind of shape here. See, this created a different kind of shape, that is all the edge being spherical. Now I will press tab. See, this is the shape created. I will select it. I will press GX -10 this time, and move it along the x axis by minus 10 unit. I will again press shift plus A mesh and I will add another cube, and in this cube now again I will press tab, come to edit mode, I will press Ctrl B and I will add the bevel, and this time this shape I will reverse it. So, when I reverse it, see how the bevel shape changes. So, it is in edge bevel and now see how the edges change it. I will press tab. So, this is another shape that we have created using bevel. Okay. So, I will select this, press G Y minus 10, I will press shift A, I will add mesh cube, I will press tab and come into the edit mode. Now, I will come to edge selection mode and I will select only one edge over here. I select this edge, press Ctrl B and I will apply the bevel. And once I apply the bevel, then I can change the shape like this. I can increase the segment to 5, I will increase the width to around 0.6. So, in this way I can apply the bevel only to this section. So, similarly I can select some other edge over here, I select another edge here, press Ctrl B, drag it to create the bevel, and here I will change the shape, I will reduce the shape like this. So, this is going to take the shape like this, and after I create this shape I can click somewhere to deselect, I select only these two edges, I will press Ctrl B and I can adjust the bevel only to that and I will change the shape like this. See, in this way we can create shapes, smooth shapes using bevel. So, similarly now I will just come to vertex mode and I will select 1, 2, 3 and 4. I will select these 4 vertices. I will press Ctrl B and drag it. See, now it is again beveling along the edge. If I press V, see the beveling happens along the vertices. So, I can bevel it and I can adjust the values here. I can adjust the segments, I can adjust the width, I can adjust the shape, say I can reduce the shape and change it. So, in this way we can create some peculiar shaped objects using bevel. Again I will press tab, I will leave this at the same position. So, we created 5 different shapes using a cube, and this is the power of bevel. So, this will give you an idea of how this bevel works. Now, I will come here, I will double click on this collection and I will name this as bevel. I will select camera, drag it and put it into scene selection. I will select light, drag it and put it into scene selection. I will close bevel, and now I will switch off this bevel collection and I will switch on the Brindavan collection. Coming back to Brindavan here, I can select the entire Brindavan. I can apply bevel in object mode also as a modifier. So, if you come to modifier here and if you choose bevel, see now the bevel is applied to all the edges of this model. So, I have created this default, I will increase this segment to around 3. So, you can see the bevel is applied to the entire model. After applying it to the entire model, I can still press tab, come into the edit mode, I can select individual vertices. Say for example, on the bottom stone, I can select a few vertices here and I can apply bevel. But before we apply bevel, we have to make some modifications and we have to add a loop cut and then we have to apply the bevel. So, for this reason, I will leave this Brindavan as it is, I will press tab, and in the next session, if I press tab, you have the next tool here which is the loop cut. We are going to explore how to use this loop cut in our next session. So, right now I will press tab and I will come here, file, save as, and I am going to save this as 7 underscore Brindavan rough structure, and after this I will underscore bevel. I will give it the name and I will click save. So, in the next session let us continue with loop cut. Thank you.